It sure can.
So that's in 95.
That's in 95. And then I left. I was like, I'm out of here.
As a reaction to what you saw?
As a reaction to that, I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take the drugs anymore. I was like, you said that we were supposed to be cleaning up, and look where we are. Our lives had fallen apart at that point again. I'd been arrested again. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I left. I came back home. I moved back home with my parents. Toronto.
Toronto's home.
Yeah. Moved back in with my parents and stayed with them for about 4 months until I got...
And your mother's remarried at this time because you used the word parents, plural.
Yes, yeah. My stepfather.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Very, very, very nice man.
Good to hear it.
Yeah, I'm very happy for her and me as well. Yeah, sure.
Good. So you stayed in Toronto how long?
About 4 months.
And what's the time there, okay?
Yeah, very okay. Got a job working at a hemp store. Which got me involved in the hemp movement, and I was just blown away, just completely like, this is an awesome movement.
I remember what happened, because you called me up from Toronto to get a job with me.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did. You allowed me to get a bank loan, and you never met me.
Yeah, that's right.
And you said, you better be worth it.
Yeah. Well, you were, true. That was good.
Yeah.
That worked out.
Yeah, it sure did.
Who would have thought I was putting my faith in a drug addict?
Hey, there you go.
So,
there you go.
But, friendships for a positive nature can have an impact on people too. So it's good to, we can't give up on our addicted friends. We have to constantly offer love and hope.
For sure. Compassion.
But you come here though.
Compassion, man.
You come here though, and my offer to you gets you into trouble in a sort of way.
No, I get myself into trouble for sure.
Okay.
For sure. I get myself into trouble. Take full responsibility for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So what does happen when you come to Vancouver?
I'm able to be clean for quite some time. It had nothing to do with me being in the downtown east side, actually, because that's where HempBC is, basically. Right. We're just on the edge. We're not anymore. It came through in another way. A roommate of mine had a friend, and it came into the house, and it was more and more often, and yada, 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 and then all of a sudden then I got a connection and a phone number, someone who would deliver it to me anytime I wanted it, and it just got out of control all over again. And once you get addicted, all that stuff comes back, all the guilt comes back, all the shame comes back, all the bad feelings come back. And then there's the fear, and Howard in his book, or in this dossier,
Howard loves stuff.
Reiterates over and over again the fact of withdrawal being a terrifying deterrent for people to quit using opiates. Like, withdrawal's horrible, it's painful. People have almost died from withdrawal, cold turkey withdrawal. It's really harsh. Your heart is pounding. It's just terrible, awful.
So you get back into the lifestyle.
I get back into it.
And what year would that be?
That would have been in 96. Or no, I started dabbling in it in 96, at the end of 96. And then at the beginning of 97 is when I first got the connection, and bam, I was off and running.
So at what point do you decide to take action against this?
Let's see, I wrote this stuff down. I first started out methadone program. I went to Health Quest, which is a methadone clinic type thing on Broadway Street. In the late summer.
Right, and that's summer of 97.
Summer of 97. And I was on the program for about a year.
What does that mean when you're on the program?
On the program, maintenance. You take methadone every day. I started off probably taking about 30 to 40 milligrams a day. I could not stop using heroin at that time either. I was still the compulsion, the habit, everything.
Is that common for addicts in your experience to use methadone and heroin?
Yes, in the beginning, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Is methadone similar to heroin?
Yes. Methadone is a long-lasting opiate. I myself, after being on a low dosage of methadone, went off of it. 2 weeks later, after going off of 20 milligrams of methadone, 2 weeks later, still tested positive for it in my system. So it's definitely a very long-lasting opiate. So it's meant to keep an addict well for 24 hours.
Right.
So craving
Heroin
free.
lasts about 8 hours.
And non in withdrawal. Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
How often did you have to fix it when you were using heroin?
Had to or did are two very different things.
Okay. Give us the range.
It's about 6 hours, yeah. Like if someone's doing their shot, I wasn't shooting it, I was smoking it. So you tend to do it more frequently, I mean.
And that's the tinfoil method called chasing the dragon? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, that tinfoil is very dangerous and hazardous.
I know, yeah.
So,
I know.
So probably many of these addicts are doing terrible damage to them with these metals too.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh. And the IV drug users,
these are needle users.
Oh yeah. If anyone has seen that movie Through a Blue Lens, they interviewed this woman who had gaping sores in her arm.
You see them right here.
Yeah, exactly. And oh my gosh, yeah, it's awful. It's
so and obviously your addiction is so strong that you're willing to tolerate that. I met another addict who pulled his own teeth out. And didn't feel the pain and didn't even go see a dentist and all sorts of horror. And of course, is it methadone that rots all the teeth? Because a lot of these
Speed does that as well. Really, speed's a bad one for teeth. Crack, cocaine would be bad for your teeth, and all of it is going to be bad. I think on the body, heroin is the least harmful. It's the least harsh on your body. I think. I'm not totally.
But needless to say, an addict tends to neglect their health.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also a lot of the times you can get sick a lot too, so the acids, you don't tend to brush your teeth as often. It's when you're in your addiction, that's part of addiction is demoralization. That's sort of what addiction is. You tend to not bathe, not take care of yourself because you don't value yourself. You don't feel you're worth it. Basically, it's that self-loathing mind state that addiction takes you.
Okay, so you're at Health Quest for a year. What's the result of that?
The result of that is that I was able to get myself down and get off of the methadone, and then I decided I was going to go traveling, and I did go traveling for 6 months, and I was not able to stay clean the whole time. Did you search out drugs, or were drugs so common? I know. I searched them out when I went to Australia. In Sydney, I heard that it was really easy to get drugs at King's Cross, and I totally went and searched them out and got them, and actually became addicted in Australia. Like,
traveled all that way just to... Were you there on a personal journey? Were you trying to find yourself?
Yes, I was trying to live life again. Woohoo! I can see how many countries I can become addicted in. Like, that's so...
You say that with some degree of embarrassment and shame there.
Oh, well, in a way, yes, but in a way, no. I mean, I laugh at myself as a result of it, like I what else am I going to do? It doesn't really, I don't.
So, through Health Quest, do you recommend that program? Is that a good thing for you?
I found my doctor to be very knowledgeable. He was very compassionate with me. I had some conflicting ideas about methadone. I do have conflicting ideas of methadone than what the government does, basically, right. the College of Physicians.
What is the disagreement?
The disagreement is that they tend to, rightfully so, what they do is they start you on a pretty low dosage. And that is to ensure, of course, that they don't overdose you, because it's very hard to tell how much people are using. People tend to lie a lot. That's another thing that Howard is very quick to say in this, which
Addicts lie.
Addicts lie, yeah. They're very ashamed about what's going on with their bodies, what they've done to themselves.
So they probably lie to their own detriment.
Yeah, definitely.